What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the land of Reckless Logic. Please make sure you guys pop that like button, hit the subscribe button, and please smack that notification bell so do not miss any more posts from me. Let's get straight into this video. Alrighty, guys, as you guys can already tell by the title of this video, this is the continuation of this previous video I literally just did. So yes, I was reacting to the No Jumper interview with Chrisean Rock and Blueface. So before I even continue to, follow up with what I was actually doing, I'm going to continue to go through with my fair use explicit content disclaimer. Let's go, y'all.
I'm in danger. I'm in danger. I'm in danger.
Disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, always constructive. Comment down below. News reporting, I guess that's what we doing. Teaching, hopefully y'all learn something. Scholarship, we ain't got no money. Education and research so you can get a nasty piece of degree. Okay. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Yeah, let's get into it, y'all. I'm at the tail end of my chapstick. Oh shit, I'm dropping stuff over here. Alrighty, y'all. So let me pull this bad boy up and let's get straight back into what we were doing. Sorry, y'all. I just didn't want that other line to be like so long, y'all, because I was like halfway through. Because I got in the zone. So we're like at the 32 mark. Now she gets kicked out around the 34 mark. All right, so here we go.
No, he about to sit back down.
Are you serious?
Tiny, either you gonna body slam or body slam. You pick schoolyard. Pick one. I got security in here. Y'all better call.
Hey, Psych, can you please help
Call your
me?
security.
Get some help with that, please. Thank you.
If y'all
We got security with them. They're cool. Yeah. Hey, please.
Jay, fix her. Better get the security quick. Get the security quick.
Come on, we got it. Hey, we just trying to get you right, sweetie.
Y'all
Come on
made a
now.
sign up in here and you ain't got the security on stand, bro. No, take her outside. Take her outside. Take her outside.
Is Tone around?
Why is he dismissing me like that? Back up. Blue. Why are you not?
You're a good man, bro. You're a good man.
And you're trying to act like I'm by myself like I didn't come with you.
Sick.
We know you came with him, sweetie. But right now, it's just time to isolate that a little bit. Josh, everything under control? Everything good? Okay. We're fine.
Is the mics going to pick that up, or can we? Are the mics going to pick that up, or can we finish?
We
Should we?
keep this all good.
No, you good, Blue. Sit down.
Blue, you come sit down when you ready, church. We got you. We're here for you. We're waiting on you. Yeah, we ain't cutting nothing. We'll just turn that one off, please. Yeah, please turn that one off right there.
I don't talk for you, remember? I don't speak for you. I don't speak for you.
She gonna learn the hard way, church, one day.
I'm trying to tell you.
She actually got a good dude in her life.
Cause I don't speak. I don't speak for you. I don't speak for you.
Right.
That's what you said the whole interview. I don't speak for you. So now you're cut. Like, bro, close the blinds, bro. Close the blinds. Take her outside if you got to.
Now, I want you guys to pay attention. Like, girl. Now, y'all see how both the two gaslighters now all of a sudden using her reaction. And to be clean, I'm going to say this. Hold up. So, just so you know, like, now that the two gaslighters done got her amped up, plus on top of it, it was much easier because now she's fully intoxicated. And keep in mind, she's emotional. That she admitted she's emotional because she's not sure if she's pregnant or it's her period, or since now we actually have more information from actually listening to women who have been pregnant, the combination of the two. So with all of that being said, now they're using her reaction and the way that she's moving as a way for now security to escort her out.
Bro, take her outside.
Now let's take her out.
No, I know you can't, but they can.
Yeah, hey, can we please get her outside?
Tiny,
please,
take her
for a little bit,
outside, bro.
please.
Pick her up by her ankles.
Tone, can you please
Oh,
help,
pick her
please?
up.
Tone,
Now let's pick her up by her ankles. If forgetting the fact that y'all fed her alcohol, when she asked for the cup, you passed it to her, Blueface. Sharp, you wanted to make sure that she had alcohol and make it actually, if you listen in the video, he said, hey, you want any more?
can you please help assess the situation, please?
I'm gonna show you.
I'm not being a man.
You're
You
okay.
come here.
Bro, you're
You
out.
come
You're
here.
gone, bro.
Look, you see that? You want to be a man? I'm gonna treat you as one. That's basically what he said.
Tone, can you please help, please?
Gone.
Tone, can you please help assess the
You wanna
situation,
be a
please?
man? I'm gonna show
I'm
you.
not being a man.
Oh, you want to be a man? I'm gonna show you.
Man,
You're
you come
okay.
here.
No,
You
you're out.
come
You're
here.
gone, bro.
Papa, you come here.
There ain't nobody trying to grab you, woman. That like people trying to just be respectful, you know. But
And this is the reason why, because now me and women, we finna have a conversation. And this is the fucking reason why I don't understand, and the reason why I really do question why the fuck y'all be windmilling for these niggas. Because on a daily, to be completely honest, on a daily, they keep showing y'all time and 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 time again that you are disposable. They show you guys this specifically on a platform like that. They show you you're disposable. So the fact that you keep windmilling for a group of mother that's not windmilling for your ass, because I think it's very interesting too that he's able to throw her off at the wayside. But last time I checked, when you got locked up, Blueface, and I want to say it's attempted murder. I want to say that. But remember, there was a video, and I believe that was Blueface, where Blueface had his weapon and was firing off. I reported on that, I believe. Firing off. And he was locked up. And guess who went to go get his ass out of prison, jail, holding cell, etc.? It was Chrisean and others. And vice versa. When she got locked up on the Zeus network, he got her out.
If I do what I want to do,
we ain't gonna let you know because you're not catching no cases.
exactly.
You're not doing any of that. That's not what we have you here for. And I'm proud of you for sitting back and really just taking care of your business. She'll be at home later on. You'll still be able to talk and assess the situation. But right now, yeah, I just think it's best that it just.
So now they didn't got the reaction out of her. So now, I don't get me wrong, I understand the thing about catching cases and stuff, but I think it's very interesting because y'all didn't care about quote unquote catching a case when you were. Let me pull out my list because I want to make sure I read this completely right. So I think it's very interesting that he's talking about catching a case and all these things, and he's worrying about the well-being of all the cast, specifically Blueface. But where is bad boy at? Let me read this bad boy off. Where you at? It's up here. Bam, right here. But last time I checked, you didn't care about a case when she mentioned that when she was emotionally unstable and she didn't want to talk about it. She said, move on. You pressed the issue. You wanted to talk about it. Then when you wanted to talk about her rapping abilities, you were using a condescending tone. So, oh my God, I didn't know you could rap like that. Oh my God. She has more to herself than just going around beating bitches up. Oh my God. as if that's not a grown-ass adult, whether she's immature or not. Nobody wants to be talked to as if they're stupid. Nobody wants to be talked to as if they're a child. But you did all of those things. You didn't care about, quote unquote, the safety or the escalation of a situation, because last time I checked, you wanted to talk about when she said that I'm emotional because either I'm pregnant or I just might have my period. You said in a condescending tone, and also it made a condescending remark saying something like, just to let you know, baby, you can either have one or the other. You can either be pregnant or have your period, as if she doesn't know that. And then when other women who've actually had children and actually had to deal with their emotional imbalance, had to deal with different hormones, had to deal with actually carrying a child, come in this chat, and also my own sister who also has children, also let it be known that both of those things can happen. You can most definitely be pregnant and also bleed. So you're talking at a turn, trying to be condescending, but now realize you're making an ass of yourself. You didn't care when you was talking about her transitioning from being a regular person to now having a platform and fame, and saying that you're coming from, being a no-name, very condescending and disrespectful verbiage. You didn't care when they talked about the wedding tweet, and in the midst of everybody talking, you talking about, oh, she's crazy. Ha ha ha, she's insane. She's crazy. You didn't care when they talked about, when you guys brought up the Whitney Houston and the Bobby Brown, Ike Turner, and Tina Turner reference, and then you asked Blueface why they got in a relationship. He said the whole underground comment. You didn't care when Blueface talked about her being naturally fried, saying that, oh, when it comes down to our relationship, compared to Ike and Tina and Bobby and Whitney, there's no substances involved. And so you said in response, oh, so that means that she's not chemically imbalanced, which you knew what you were doing when you said that. And then Blueface followed up with, oh yeah, she's naturally fried, while she's sitting right next to you. You didn't. I'm gonna go down the whole list because I'm trying to set this up for everybody who didn't catch the first part. You didn't give a fuck when they wanted to talk, when they were talking about the situation with the Hennessy bottle, where she hit you upside the head with the Hennessy bottle, when she had no issue with you talking about the situation, but she did not want you to speak for her because you was obviously misspeaking. Obviously, you wanted to speak about the situation. The host of No Jumper wanted to speak about the situation. She really didn't care about speaking about the situation. She just didn't want you to misspeak on her behalf and speak for her. You didn't care about the situation because you also tried to weaponize and say, why did you call your man a bitch? Meanwhile, they have already established they called each other those things. And she was calling out the double standard, and you acted like you didn't understand what she was saying and tried to use this moral approach. Meanwhile, that same moral approach was nowhere to be found for Blueface at all. You wanted to press the issue on accountability when it came down to her, which is cool. Press the issue of accountability, cool. But then yet, when it came down to the accountability for Blueface, it was nowhere to be found. The goalpost moved, because last time I checked, you said this. You should not be calling you was talking to Chrisean. You should not be calling your man a bitch. Then Chrisean said in response, he calls me a bitch, but I wasn't upset. He disrespect me, I disrespect him right back. Then you wanted to move the goalpost and say, if he's calling you a bitch, what did you learn from that? What did you do that made him call you a bitch? Essentially is what he said. And if he's calling you a bitch, don't you think you're acting like one? But I thought, what happened to the accountability? Blueface didn't give a fuck because he was laughing. He was laughing about the situation. He didn't care. The Sharp, you didn't care because you most definitely said and asked this contradicting, condescending question, saying, "Chrisean, when are you ever had a sober day?" And then when you talk about the situation, you don't want to mention and talk about, when we talk about the situation, Blueface doesn't actually want to actually talk about the part that he actually played in it. The thing with Chrisean, she don't give a fuck about talking about the Hennessy bottle. Okay, I hit him with the Hennessy bottle. Cool, I can accept that. But what you're not going to do is sit up here and try to act like a specific part in our situation did not happen. Because I know that it happened because I was there. You know that it happened because, bitch, you did it. But just because it wasn't shown on TV and the general public, they're not aware of that, don't try to act like it didn't happen just because they didn't see it. And I also think it's very interesting because he most definitely said that it happened. When he said this, oh, she had a cut on her hand because, she cut her hand a few weeks back. So what I did, I squeezed her hand. And then she went crazy. And then she started to come at me. And I started getting defensive, deflecting. And then, she went outside and got this. And she hit me inside the head. That's what he said. But then later on, that never came up again. And Chrisean Rock is doing herself a disservice because she's so intoxicated, she can't really wrap these mother in a bow. And then on top of that, she's not articulate enough to really gather the way that we need her to. Cool, I get it. You played a part in it. Cool. Some things she does most definitely played a part in. But the fact that he's trying to push all of that on her, as if they weren't really sitting up there gaslighting, that threw me for a motherfucking loop. No shade. But I'm going to continue. I'm going to calm down too, because I'm going to charge my computer.
She off that Hennessy, man.
Take her outside. There's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk like.
No, it's nothing to talk
All
about.
that's
Not
gonna do is
stick
add
around.
fuel to the fucking fire.
No. No,
I gotta take you. I gotta take you.
He come here, bro.
This is independent. Now you see that they done gaslit her like I don't know what, and gave. Oh, there we go. Thank you for reminding me because I forgot to mention that. Gave her Hennessy. You didn't care, Sharp, because the first time you guys got into it, you said, "Oh, you're just so toxic. Why would you call your man a bitch?" That Hennessy makes you toxic. Then, when she's stressed, and her response every single time within this interview is whenever she's stressed or whenever she's going through it, can I get a shot? And you, Sharp, wanted to make sure she always got that shot because you understand the optics of it all, of how you can help her, assist in making her look bad. First, you gaslight, which is a tactic to make her look bad because people are going to focus on the reaction and not really the subtle digs that's being taken because it's personalized to her and it's very subtle. But then not only that, you're going to use her explosive reaction as a way, oh, we have to get her out of here. She's just an animal. Oh, my God. And then in addition to that, she's intoxicated. So she can't even speak the way that she needs to.
Josh, don't worry. Whatever it is, me and you would. It's good. Hey, Josh, how's the camera? How's the TV? Is it good?
That's gonna be
It
viral.
broke. Fuck.
Gina,
There's the neighborhood.
I don't know why you agreeing with her on that
Hey,
bullshit.
is the TV okay? Is it broke?
I didn't agree with
You did. You said,
And
yeah,
that's-
right. If I call you a bitch, you
We're all
call
just
me
That's what I
that.
understood.
Hey,
No.
man, I know protocol. supposed to
There's
sit my
two
ass
different
right in my
things.
seat.
Two different things.
We rolling. We still going.
If I go
Yeah,
making
we
out
still
with a
going. We
girl,
rolling. It's
if you
all
go
right.
making out with a girl, it's gonna be two different headlines, right?
Yeah.
So how come if you call me a bitch and I call you a bitch, it's the same thing?
Everything has context, dumbass. It has fucking context, and this context is a historical context. Oh, girl, I'm not.
That's why I said that she was trying to justify it. I didn't say I
She was
agree
not
with
trying
her.
to justify it. What she was saying is that you've done it, I've done it, I haven't complained about it. Not saying that it's right, bitch. Not saying that it's right. But y'all are trying to make it. But here's the thing: it's the reverse psychology. Because last time I checked, Sharp and Blueface was making it a big issue. You shouldn't call your man a bitch. Oh my god. Oh my! Why would you emasculate him like this by calling him a bitch? But all she was saying was that, sir, you called me a bitch, so I called you a bitch. Not saying that it's right, but that's really what it is. That was her logic behind it. She never said it was right.
Understand what she's saying.
What she said.
She don't say it like no prissy ass woman. Like
You know me. You know how I get down.
No, she be like, you bitch ass nigga.
Yeah,
What you
it's
want?
kinda
Like it comes off like a
too-
man. Like it made me take my. I'm like, damn, is you gonna take off on me? Like
Yeah,
fuck
like,
it.
it's-
She already had the Hennessy bottle like this walking up. I'm like,
It's-
you all right?
It's too high powered.
That's
like,
high powered, bro.
For what? You feel me? You living good, you get money, we doing a thing, we together.
She's out there, yeah.
And he talking about we living good, we getting money, all this. What does that mean? That has nothing to do with the emotional. With the emotional, and this is the conversation that we always talk about, where a lot of times men completely miss out on the other side of relationships. The emotional side of relationships.
We got a show, we got. I don't post no bitch in my green. Gina.
Do you think that and I'm asking
Blueface, you know me. You know how I move. You know I don't get down like that.
Blue,
So
you've been in this shit for a long time. I'm gonna ask you a real question right now. You've been in the spotlight. You've been in the limelight for quite some time now.
Now, okay, so I only got like 20 minutes left of this. Well, I'm gonna play because after that it's like them asking him a whole bunch of questions. Then she comes back. She doesn't say anything. They talk to her as if they're like, we're not your bad guys. We're here to help you. Oh my, we're here to help you. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt really bad for Chrisean. I really did. Even though she was intoxicated. I really felt bad because I felt like she was like beaten to submission. No shade. I felt like she was beaten to submission. But yeah, I got 20 minutes of this, and I want you guys to pay attention to something I picked out. Now, this is what I said earlier, where this is the point, like I said, he done dug, at the beginning of this live, the last previous live I just did, he was at the window. As time went on, his head was in the window. As time went a little bit further, his body was halfway out the window. As time went a little bit further, he planted both of his feet outside the window. He jumped all the way out that bitch. Time went a tad bit further. The bitch done took a shovel and dug a hole in the fucking ground, bitch. At this point, bitch, what you about to witness, this bitch done made a goddamn tunnel up under the goddamn neighbor's house like it's Groundhog Day, bitch. I want you guys to pay attention. Sharp is about to do most of the talking for Blueface, because Blueface himself is not articulate enough. Pay attention.
Because she's got this fame now. Do you feel like she's mentally prepared and ready to take on this new
After
life?
you just exploited her? Gotcha.
Hell no. But I feel like I'm the only person who has enough patience for her.
Right.
So I don't want to see her demise be.
Of course you don't.
Oh, I just said fuck you, and then everybody you deal with now,
I see you helping the fuck out of her.
it's gonna blackball you.
You gave her motion.
I knew she was damaged when I met her. You know, the show I throw, all the women be damaged clearly.
So that's right there exposing itself. So if you knew that she was damaged, and then not only that, you knew that she was damaged, and then you said all the women that I deal with on the show is damaged, then why would you take them in? Why would you take someone that's damaged in? Why would you take somebody that's emotionally damaged then? No, Lux. He telling the truth. You just have to decode it. Because these are the questions I would have asked. Okay, if you saying they're all damaged, then why are you taking damaged women? Why are you trying to be a safe space for damaged women when you're damaged yourself? What sense is that going to make? Because when you have power over their career and assets, you can use that as a tactic of manipulation. You can use that as a way to exploit. This is also the same person that said in this interview, as in Sharp and Blueface, when Blueface and Chrisean was going back and forth, Sharp said, "Nah, you good, let her be. That's the reason why she's here. So let her rock." I just paraphrased that, but that's essentially what he said. Exposing, they weren't really there to actually have a true interview and help. They wanted to paint, I'm going to say help paint Chrisean Rock as the only toxic one. The toxicity of Chirac, I said Chirac. Girl, I said Chirac. Chrisean, I can accept that. But the fact that they're trying to paint her as if she's the only toxic one, that is the issue. That's the issue. But I digress. Let me continue.
But I don't know. She just.
Do you think this relationship is crippling your career?
I don't know. I mean, if you see me as a rapper, yeah, you'll see that. But I'm the type of person like, I just want to be the best at things, right? So if I start to rap, once I become the best at it, I'm gonna either fall in love with being the best at it, or I'm gonna fall out of love with the whole shit.
Mm-hmm.
And rap is something I just fell out of. Once I became best, top 10, I'm in this person's top 50 best rappers of all time.
Is that all you wanted? Was just to be on top and be like, all right, fuck it. You probably drive for goals. You're like, once I reach that goal, it's not fun no more.
Exactly.
It's not fun no more. Now you're looking for something to feed that need again.
Exactly. So I'm that type of person. I'm
like that too.
From the ground up type of person. Like, so once I'm at the top of my game at this sport, usually I'm gonna switch lanes. Like, okay, like, let me try this, because it's like, I don't know. I don't like being put in a box. When I die, I don't want it to say Blueface the rapper died.
And that's it.
Right.
You feel me? I want to say Blueface the executive producer, the rapper.
So I want you guys to pay attention, because for the next 20 minutes, Sharp, he about to go on his little rant and start speaking for Blueface.
For the business owner, the family, I wanted to be like a big deal. Like, so I don't know. I feel like this day and age, everybody trying to put me in the rapper box, and it's like, I'm so far past. Gina, you watched me start a whole fucking bullshit show on OnlyFans.
The show not bullshit though.
It's not bullshit, but I'm saying you watched.
Yeah.
To him, he feels like he was just trying something.
But you've done so much, and I feel like people are not giving you credit for a lot of things that you've accomplished.
That's what I'm saying.
If you, like, Tatiana was charted high as hell, #1.
And it's like, it's crazy because they'll put people who've never charted top 10.
Yeah.
In my lane. Like, this person has not even one of the same accolades. We can't even go like view for view. Like, I don't know. That's what I don't like about rap though. Rap is like so temporary. Like, the moment is so temporary, and that's why, like, when I became the best at it, I was kind of like, man, fuck this shit. Like, this shit is like, it's kind of like gangbanging. Like
Well,
you
it seems
can't
like-
prove
Yeah.
enough to people. Like
Right. Well, it seems like you've took on this newfound. You producing, because I didn't know that you produced all that. Like you stood behind like your own show. You didn't just have the white man come in. No offense, white people love them to death, but we all know they kind
that's
of
the easy way.
That's the easy way. They come in,
give me the money,
we'll
and then I'll put my name
we'll
behind.
run everything. But for you as a black man, Church, to stand behind your, no, look at me for real. For you to stand behind your own shit like that and be like, no, this is my vision. Homie, I commend you for that shit. Because not a lot of niggas will step up for it. They would just go sign on the dotted line and just let it
5
be.
seasons in though, like not
And
like,
your own, bro, and you're only getting better.
And at the same time, it's kind of like that's how I found.
I think it's very interesting that he said he commends him for standing behind his own stuff, and with him standing behind his own brand, title, etc. Because he said this, Sharp said this, is that, you know, with white people, we love y'all to death, but y'all love to come in, take y'all money, and, you know, kind of take shit over, essentially. But my question to you, what do you think he's doing with Chrisean Rock? And I'm a
her, so it's kind of like a
you know, that's why I didn't want to turn up with her, because I felt like we gave her roses.
She's not worth turning up.
But we gave her roses though. Like, hey, I see what you're trying to do. I'm like, okay, I see this isn't no sham fucking relationship. They really do love each other, homie. I gotta call it for what I see it as. When I saw clips, because I've seen a bunch of clips from the Crazy in Love. Is that, I'm not mistaken, is that what it's called? Crazy in Love. I saw some of the clips. I'm like, damn, they really do kind of go through it like normal people.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same shit,
the most regular relationship ever broadcasted.
Really? Just so happens y'all got a little bit of seniority, a little bit of notoriety that comes behind it because of who you are and you know the status you hold.
Right.
When I was watching that episode, the last episode 4 with when your head was busted open, you looked like you were just over the situation. Like you looked like it just like that was your wits end and was fucked up. I don't know if I just got super emotional because I have a similar situation with my sister, but it was just like in my mind, I'm like, she hit him with glass that could have went. You could have died.
No, yeah.
Do you ever fear?
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard.
Girl.
I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are.
Come on, StreamYard.
Fear that one day it's gonna, it might go too far.
I'm looking at it from more. I'm looking at it from
Yeah,
a more
no,
logical
it's
perspective.
detrimental.
He could have fucking went blind.
Well,
It's like
even
I
how he
killed
was
him.
saying, he was like, I'm tired, and you wanted to go to sleep. If you had a concussion, you know, like it would have been. There's so many
Yeah, he
different
coulda
ways
fell-
that
you're right. He
it
coulda fell
went
asleep
that it
and
just
not
make me
woke up.
feel like one day this shit gonna go too far, and y'all gotta draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, no.
I just think it's interesting that now, you already know, girl. Like, I think it's interesting now. He's 100% the victim. Don't get me wrong. There is at times where Chrisean is 100% wrong, but I just don't like it that they're making it seem like he is the victim. They are toxic to each other. They see each other, in the words of Nene Leaks. They are toxic to each other. And the fact now they're trying to make it seem like, oh, I just had a similar situation because my sister, she did the same thing to my. Well, question. I understand you have an emotional response and you're projecting what you've seen with your sister onto them. The question I have to ask, and let's see, can we make the distinction between what happened with your sister and what happened with Blueface and Chrisean? Was your sister being gaslit? From your perspective, no. Chrisean was gaslit. Was your sister being abused in return? I don't know, but Chrisean is. So they're doing it to each other. This is not a one-sided road. This is not a one-sided street. Once again, the car can go forward, can go backwards. And the fact that they sit up here, oh my God. When I tell you, I felt so bad for Chrisean when she finally came back because she was just quiet. She didn't say nothing. And then when they finally did start talking to her again, she was like, they were still with this gaslighting thing. We're here to help you.
It's detrimental. It's traumatizing. But me, I'm built for this shit for real.
I like
So it's
seeing
like-
you cornered though like that, homie. Like they don't know you really from the West Coast. my
No, but
nigga.
that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
feel that shit. Like when they all tried to corner you on when you went to go
Yeah.
meet up with the
family.
father and the family and everybody just kind of, you're a very chill and quiet
yeah,
talking
no, that's
dude.
what I'm saying.
I
Like,
didn't understand the turn up on you. I'm like, why y'all turning up?
And that's the point. Yes, her sister was, taken out by her abuser. But the question I was asking her, like the question I want to ask her is like, okay, was your sister being gaslit by said abuser? From her perspective, Gina's not taking up for Chrisean because she's Blue's friend. I believe they are friends, which is weird to me. Wrong is wrong, but that's the thing. But that's the thing, and that's why I'm calling it all out because it's BS. You literally just sat in front of millions because they have millions of subscribers, millions of people, and watched Blueface and your co-host gaslight Chrisean Rock. And it did not help that she was intoxicated and she was not able to articulate herself because she's inarticulate to really gather them the way that we need her to. No shade. Once again, everybody has a perception, but it's always blurred by bias in these situations.
Up
It
on
was
because
the
he by
cameras.
himself.
yeah.
Do you feel like, my question is to you, do you feel like they were turning up on you because you was by yourself and you don't come like you normally do with 20, 30 motherfuckers with you? You feel like they just felt like they caught you slipping kind of and thought they could take, they could catch you slipping?
Home base type of thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even think it was that. Honestly, I think it was the females that were there that
Turning
really
amping the situation.
because the men, they was like, I'm not gonna say they was cool with me, but they kind of
going off the woman's energy. They going
Yeah,
off
you know, the women
women's
that-
energy.
Well, but how did you feel when you watched it back and
Watch
you saw
this.
her brother whispering to the daddy ear?
oh, that's crazy. That's a good
And
No,
question.
watch
then
this.
he
No,
walked up and did what he
clock
did.
it. We're gonna go back. Clock it. So they're talking about the situation with, I mean, like, it was some point in the situation because they done fought like 40,000 different times. Where Chrisean, I think they're talking about the time Chrisean's family was fighting Blueface or trying to fight Blueface or vice versa. I don't freaking forgot. So they're speaking, and this is how the misogyny goes into it. Clock it. I need for guys to clock everything. How the misogyny just keeps popping up out this dude, Sharp. Where they're talking about the situation, and he said, "Oh, the reason being, the situation between you and the family is because they were going off the women's emotions." And then Gina stepped in and said, "Actually, when you actually look back, how did you feel about the brother whispering inside the father's ear?" So you guys were so quick to put it on the women's emotions, but come to find out, in my Kelsey voice, it was the brother that whispered in the dad's ear, the same dad that swung first.
I'm not gonna say they was cool with me, but they kind of
going off the woman's energy. They going
Yeah,
off
you know, the women
women's
that-
energy.
Well, but how did you feel when you watched it back and you saw her brother whispering to the daddy ear?
Oh, that's crazy. That's a good
and
question.
then
It's
he
crazy
walked up and did what he
because
did.
at first we didn't see none of that. You feel me? So as me being in that moment, all I'm doing is talking. I'm not seeing.
You just see what's in front of you.
Yeah, I just see who I'm talking to and the closest people to them. I don't see the elbows and this and that. So her brother had came out here and like we was fucking with him, helping him out, but we didn't see this episode yet. So we didn't know he had so much to do with what happened because all we know was at the bowling alley he was cool. So once the episode dropped, everything got weird. Her brother was here, and then now I'm looking at him like, hold on, like that was kind of strange. Like you let on God to your dad, you let that happen on Gio.
Because he should have got off on you.
Yeah, like
my
he
mama, it
should
shoulda
have
been,
took
yeah,
that first,
for
and then
sure.
Dad should have followed up, and then
Yeah.
Because that cast can't be an excuse because he squared up.
Yeah, no.
After you took off on the daddy. I mean, after the daddy hit you, he squared up.
Yeah, no.
You left the daddy leaking, bro.
Yeah,
For
no.
sure.
I'm her daddy now.
All I can, all I can
say that afterwards had to.
I'm her daddy now. That's what he tweeted.
Hey, but to hear that as a daddy though, if I was like heard like, cause I'm a dad, like I have a daughter, so
bitch. When I tell you, when I heard that part, bitch, I gagged.
Words had to.
I'm her daddy now. That's what he tweeted.
Hey, but to hear that as a daddy though, if I was like heard like, cause I'm a dad, like I have a daughter, so
bitch, you mean to tell me you're a dad and you have a daughter, and this right here is where I have an issue. The issue is that this is the reason why I said, and I'm always gonna stand by what I said. This is the reason why some motherfuckers should not be in the household. No shade. This is the reason why some people should not be active in their child's life. That's the reason why sometimes I'm not even upset that my dad wasn't always there. No shade. Maybe some people weren't. They were meant to, like, you were meant to be the creative, like, you know, the collaborative effort when it came down to creating me, but raising me and trying to set up my morale and ethics. Maybe you weren't meant to be there because maybe you weren't the best option or supposed to be part of that process. And this is the reason why, here we go. And this is the reason why you have pick-me-ishas, because you have fathers like this that have that have misogynistic language. They eat, sleep, and breathe it. Teach you things that serves men and not even their own daughter. Teach them language that just about puts them in a prison, like have them in a prisoner situation, and then wonder why women are codependent. Wonder why women end up in certain situations and then blame them for it, even though you fed them to them. Okay, got you. That makes perfect sense. Okay, got you.
So if I hear a nigga like he just clocked me. I'm leaking like a Puerto Rican. I ain't got no type of Spanish in my blood, homie, but I know I'm leaking. I'm fucked up. And the last word I hear you say to me is, nigga, yeah, I'm a daddy now, nigga. Right. Like, nigga, what? That just like, what can I tell my daughter at that point? Like, what do I ever say to her? I'm supposed to be her protector, and nigga, I did none of that. Yeah, matter of fact, she's choosing the nigga right now over me.
And that's the gag of it all. How are you, like, it's the contradiction of the patriarch. So you're the protector and the leader. That makes perfect sense. So I'm going to be the protector and be on the front lines of this tribe, but I'm also going to be the leader as well. Now, from a military standpoint, let me just say this. Last time I checked, the leaders usually aren't even protectors. Leaders are protected by the protectors. What sense does that make? What sense does that make to have the leader who's the nucleus of said operation, said tribe, on the front lines to protect? What sense does that make? That makes absolutely no sense. But this is the fuck shit and the contradiction of patriarchy. And that's how we know that if any system is unfair, unbalanced, and holds prejudice and inequality, it's because it does not make sense. And that right there does not make sense.
Like, that killed my soul.
I feel like me and you are alike in a lot of different ways.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's kind of like, I feel like if we was her dad in that situation, we wouldn't have let no woman or no junior, like
I wouldn't have got the big stuff.
we wouldn't
She grown.
have let our son, like, you know, I don't know. I feel like me being a dad, I feel like I would have hollered at me on like a way different level. Like,
Right.
you know, I've been there before,
Right.
so I get it, but this my daughter at the same time. If you do it one more time, like, you feel me? I would have gave it like that.
Well,
But Blue, don't you think that they are, in like no disrespect to her family, but
this is my daughter, but if you do it one more time, now y'all see, now this is the reason why I be having these questions for y'all, why y'all be swinging and banging for them. Because they have bro code. They have bro code. They show you this on a daily. Because to be completely honest, if you want to take, well, I don't know, that panel's still not even up no more. They have bro code. Now, if you want to be completely honest, another thing that I noticed, so we were talking about the R. Kelly situation on Conscious panel one day. And if you actually, well, I don't know if that panel's still up, but on the panel, I was, you know, multitasking and I was with my sister. And I told my sister, I said, yo, I want you to pay attention because we're talking about a black man, R. Kelly, etc. I want you to pay attention, all the people that's on this panel. When I tell you everybody that was on that panel was a black woman, and the only two queer men on that panel was me and Conscious. And to be completely honest, Conscious is fluid, so another black woman. When I tell you. But yet, when that Megan Thee Stallion shit happened, they were nowhere to be found. And when they were found, there was trashing y'all, black women. Okay, got you. But yet, when this R. Kelly stuff happened, and we had a panel, it was only black women on that panel defending R. Kelly, going against R. Kelly, having the conversation. Okay,
Get it, but
take heed.
But this my daughter at the same time. If you do it one more time, like, you feel me? I would have gave it like that.
Well,
but Blue, don't you think that they are, in like no disrespect to her family, but you don't feel like they are the reason why she is the way she is? Because even in that moment, they was telling you right or wrong.
Yeah,
she's right.
Yeah, and for instance, you see the way she acts. It's kind of like, yeah, they definitely like handicapped her.
Well, a family is gonna tell your people. That's like you, Gina. Like, if, like, let's just say, even with your family, like, if there's an altercation with you, even if you're wrong, nigga, you're right. Yeah. We'll deal with that shit later, right? Yeah. Like, that's how you want your family to deal with you. Like, if you're
personally wasn't raised like
wrong later. No, I'm just saying, I'll tell you wrong later. I'll tell you was all the way out of pocket. But when we're in the mix and something's going on, I can't sit there and be like, well, what really happened? Whose side am I on?
That was so premeditated to me.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. But at the same time,
I also think it's very interesting that they're talking about her family, which is cool because her family isn't. Girl, that dynamic is toxic. Like, I don't know what, but it's funny because it's the same thing where I talked about Jaguar Wright and Kanye West. You can't talk about the toxicity of a family and talking about, you know, that's the reason why, you know, I think that's the reason why she is how she is. Meanwhile, you're literally on a podcast talking to another person with a dysfunctional family dynamic and toxic at that as well. Remember, y'all, remember my quote. My quote is, you can't call somebody a crackhead when you're an alcoholic. And I mean that figuratively. You can't talk about the toxicity and how it has affected Chrisean. Yes, that conversation is true. But at the same time, it's true for you too, sir. So my saying goes again like this. You can't talk about somebody being a crackhead when you are an alcoholic. I'm gonna continue.
They had a lot of time to reflect and think about the decision they wanted to make that day.
Yeah.
And I'm not a hypocrite. I've been put in that position, right?
Right.
Before I was famous one time, or like when I was coming up, my mom hit me. She was like, yo, your sister's boyfriend, she choked her. What wham? You should do something. Now my big brother's in jail. I'm the younger brother. And my mom has hit me with this, like, do something, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I know my sister. I didn't choke this bitch out about 20 times. So for whatever reason that he choked her out for,
You gotta assess that as a man.
literally, like, as
If you've had a woman in your life,
yeah,
you
like,
know what the fuck
especially-
is up.
Yeah,
like you
if
gotta
know
assess
them,
the situation.
Bro, like, you know your mom. So it's like,
Facts.
if your mom get into it with a
So
man,
this
you
is
gonna
what I
have to kinda,
mean.
like,
Look, I want you
have
guys
a
to pay
rapport with
attention.
your
They are
mom.
telling
My
you.
mom has a
They are telling you. They are telling you. They will leave you out there high and dry. Once again, this conversation has nothing to do with all men, because I got a feeling that was going to enter the chat at some point. But this is what I mean. And then right there, that's the gag too, because I saw that before I forgot to actually mention it. Sharp is a former pimp. Shaking my head. That should answer all the questions about him. LOL. And that's the gag of it all. How a former pimp that obviously has not elevated from his misogynistic views gonna talk about women and respect. The gag of it all. Girl.
20 times. So for whatever reason that he choked her out for,
you gotta assess that as a man.
Literally, like, as
if you've had a woman in your life,
It's just the fact that there are like they're literally saying that, you know, for any reason, you know, when it comes down to it, if he choked her out, you know, you gotta assess that. Why did you get choked out? And these are people that they are related to. This is not even somebody that's on the street. He's talking about his own mother. And this is the reason why I be cussing a lot of y'all out, no shade, for swinging and banging for these no good ass niggas. That's like my brother. That's like my sister. Well, like is not that. He may be like your brother, but he's not your brother. No shade. Your brother may be an upstanding good citizen. This no good ass nigga, he's not. Your brother may be a good man, but him over here ain't shit ass nigga. No shade. No shade.
yeah,
you
like,
know what the fuck is up.
Yeah,
like you
if
gotta
know
assess
them,
the situation.
Bro, like, you know your mom. So it's like,
Facts.
if your mom get into it with a man, you gonna have to kind of like you have a rapport with.
And this is the thing. I'm sorry, girl, because this is the thing. This is the thing that gets me too, and that everybody wants to be the motherfucking leader. Everybody wants to be the fucking protector until it's time to fucking protect. Ha! Everybody wants to be the leader. Everybody wants to be the protector until it's time to get your ass out there and go to war. Y'all are the same motherfuckers that sit y'all ass up on these goddamn platforms and hold on to these gender roles, hold on to this title of being a protector, but then when it's time for you to go out there and protect, now you want to assess and see, you know, I shouldn't do that. I think it's very interesting that now it's time for you to assess, but yet with Chrisean Rock, and it was time for you to go to war, you didn't assess shit. Y'all was giving each other black eyes and everything. But now all of a sudden, when a man enters the chat, now you want to assess. Now all of a sudden, you want to think about your best move. But when it came to Chrisean Rock, all of a sudden, you didn't assess shit. Bow, backhand, bitch. Make it make sense. Do not hold on to titles, gender roles that your ass is not willing to carry out. Don't call yourself a leader and protector of a tribe if you're not able to showcase the same character traits that you're expecting.
Your mom, okay, my mom has a tendency to do this, that, and the third, and then so I don't believe in going to war for the wrong reason. So in that instant, when my mom told me that, I said, nah, they on some dick and pussy relationship shit. I'm gonna stay out of that because
9 times out of 10, it's on some emotional shit anyway. I fuck this nigga up. You back with him tomorrow any
Exactly.
motherfucking
So
way.
now me and
I
him
Now
is
y'all don't
awkward.
get along.
Now me and him
I look like
awkward.
a whole goofy nigga.
Not
for
yeah,
fighting this nigga.
exactly. Not
'Cause you
like
was mad at the time, moving your emotions around the room.
But it seems like with them that they don't hold her accountable.
Oh, girl, that fucking word right there. This is the reason why I can't stand that word. This is the fucking reason why I'm telling you. This is the reason why. Accountable, 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 accountable. Meanwhile, y'all were just sitting up there blaming the whole goddamn time. They don't hold her accountable. So are we talking about the same accountability that when he completely was squishing her hand when she had the cut? Where was the accountability there? Are we talking about her calling him a bitch? But then when we're talking about him calling her a bitch, all of a sudden it went from the accountability of you shouldn't be calling her no bitch. Da da da. Both of y'all have to do better. You didn't go up that alley. You didn't go up that alley. The alley that you went up that boulevard, you went up that street, you decided to drive up was, so what did you do to make him call you that? If you think that, he was calling you a bitch, don't you think that you was acting as such? Once again, the car can go forward, it can go backwards. If that's the case and that's the logic you want to use, if he was acting like one and she called him one, so be it. If that's what you want to use. But that's not the route you guys want to go. Because when Chrisean Rock was saying, okay, we can take that route. It doesn't matter to me. All of a sudden it went to, you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't emasculate your man like that. Which I do agree. You shouldn't be talking, y'all should not be talking to each other like that. But the thing is that it's only cool. It's cool when the abuse is being perpetrated from men to women. But the other way around, it's a no-go. Ooh, good, that word irks my spirit.
Yeah, I agree. And
I agree.
I honestly
I
feel
agree with that.
honestly feel like as a female,
And you're the first person that has held her
I feel
accountable.
like as a female, just like you said, that double standard flawed. All females, sure, no female ever gets held accountable for the worst shit they've done.
Well, I said this in the game, right?
They never get held accountable for the worst shit that they've done. But aren't y'all the ones shitting on single mamas? Single mothers like I don't know what? Aren't you the one, Sir Sharp? Aren't you one always shitting on sluts and hoes? And also in the words of another content creator and a guest of Conscious TV's panels, sluts and hoes must be exposed. Which is misogynistic within itself, because I think it's very interesting that sluts and hoes have to be exposed. But yet, who are the sluts and hoes sleeping with? Huh. Who are these sluts sleeping with? Who are these whores sleeping with? You need to have respect, says the former pimp. You need to have respect, says the trash ass rapper that's known for rapping off the track, rapping off the beat. You need to have respect, says the man that has a song called Tatiana. Make it make sense. What you guys are telling me right about now is 2 + 2 = 7, and that doesn't make a damn bit of sense.
If you go and you free fuck on a bitch or you do something like that, you're talked about for a lifetime. These bitches go fuck 5, 6, 7 different niggas and got niggas still wanting to fuck with them. Don't matter. Like it is.
What did he just say?
Right? If you go and you free fuck on a bitch or you do something like that, you're talked about for a lifetime. These bitches go fuck 5, 6, 7 different niggas and got niggas still wanting to fuck with them. Don't matter.
Okay, he needs to make that make sense for me. He needs to make that make sense to me. So correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong about the translation about what I'm about to say. So is he saying that? Now, which poetic Flocka was here? Is he saying that if men fuck with one person, one woman, he's talked about for a year or for a lifetime. Women to fuck on 4 or 5 other niggas, and niggas will still want to fuck with them. And this is the reason why a lot of people shouldn't even have a podcast. No shade. Or at least a lot of people probably shouldn't even be on a podcast. No shade.
Like it do hold a little different. As a man, you do got to step up in a different type of light. That's why I said, like with the bitch word, she get called that all the time. She knows she's being a bitch, but
well, there we go. Come on, misogyny. Yes, you better show up and show your true colors. Like I told y'all, right now he done got a shovel and done dug a tunnel up under the neighbor's house like it's Groundhog Day. And 2.5 seconds, he about to reach the other side. He's still digging, but he about to reach the other side.
to tell your man that he was taught that's fighting words. You don't let nobody. What was always told to you? Don't ever let nobody. They never said don't ever let a man. Don't ever let just a woman. They just said don't let nobody ever call you a bitch. Them are fighting words. Period. Point blank, homie.
Right.
So I think it's very interesting. Here we go. Now this is what I wanted to get into. So I think it's very interesting how he said that. Now I'm gonna let it finish it out because we almost done. I think it's very interesting that he said that, and it's for one, it's misogynistic within itself. I'm gonna say it's femophobic within itself. If you pay attention to all of the disrespectful words that we use, even myself, we all use these words. The cuss words that we use, they're always related to the feminine body, or it has anything to do with the feminine. You're a bitch. What's a bitch? A female dog. You're a pussy. You're a punk. You're weak. You're feminine. You're gay. All these things are femophobic, and it's rooted in femophobia. So that's why being called a bitch for a man hits different, because it's femophobic. And like he said, you know, she knows she's acting like a bitch. She knows she's acting like a bitch. But you know, what we were taught, you know, what us as men, what we were taught, you know, never let anybody call you a bitch. I just think it's very interesting because when racist, white, non-melanated people say that they were taught to hate black people, melanated people, we don't give a fuck what the fuck you were taught. Bitch, you better adjust. I don't give a damn what your parents taught you. But in the face of melanated people, you better get it right. I don't give a damn what your parents taught you. But in the face of melanated people, you better act like you got some goddamn sense, unless I'm gonna knock it in front of you. Knock it into it. So, yes, you may have been taught by your parents, don't let anybody call you a bitch. But y'all are the same ones, same people saying stuff. Words are just words. And calling women emotional. But I want to do this. Let's do this list of emotions. We have confusion, sad, strong, happy, anger, anger, anger. That's an emotion. So this emotional word that gets tossed around is stupid. Emotional. Sir, y'all are the same. And this is the thing, because even in this interview, they even said it. Y'all are the same people that get so emotional about anger. With anger, get so emotional with anger to the point that you think it's appropriate to take one's life, which also goes to the fact and the reason why y'all don't even want to check each other, because you know it could possibly result in one losing their life because of anger. Anger. girl, you ain't lying. I had to. Because I felt like sometimes, like, damn, like, y'all are that slow? Y'all are that slow? But the thing is, they love to throw that emotional word as a trigger, but not realizing that, bitch, y'all emotional too. If that's the case, okay, cool. Women are emotional, cool. Anything feminine is emotional, okay, cool. But y'all are emotional too, which results in death, which results in the termination of one's life. Like, girl, what? Oh, they're so stupid. Let's continue, because we're almost done.
That's how I looked at it. That's how I was raised. That's just as good. She might as well just took off on him. Don't even say nothing. Just take off on me.
You have said that women that your ideal woman is going to relax.
There we go.
Look.
You caught it, right? That's how I was taught.
That's how I looked at it. That's how I was raised.
Yeah.
That's
how I looked at how I was raised.
That's just as good. She might as well just took off on him. Don't even say nothing. Just take off on me.
Just take off on him. Girl.
You have said that
but it always ends in what? Violence. Because you're what? So emotional.
I mean, my ideal woman
she has to result to violence.
How to play her fucking
because you're not emotionally intelligent.
Play your role.
You feel me? I feel like
I think it's very interesting.
She's 2 and 2.
And this is the reason why, and even with this Pick Me Isha, you have two guys, both from a very misogynistic background. One that's a rapper or a former rapper, also an executive producer on the OnlyFans show that's used as to have women fight over him. And then you have a former pimp saying that women must play their roles. The issue with women is that they want to have equality. Bitch, what kind of motherfucking person don't want equality for a regular human being? Okay, massa.
So that she doesn't really care to like.
You know what would have been bossy if she'd been like this after they left? You know, I wanted to really turn up, but I respect you too much. So that would have made him look at her different. Like, damn, I know you do turn up like a motherfucker, but you did sit back and chill for me.
And
so
I'm the
how
type
do you
of
see
nigga
this playing out? Being that she don't
honestly,
listen?
I'm the type of nigga I will do what she should have done to her in a different instant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only reason I hold her accountable, like you said, because I hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
So if we doing her thing, right? It's her moment. It's her time to shine. And she decides to boss up on me, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
What was that question you just asked?
Right?
This
that
your
was a good
interview.
ass question.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a good ass question you asked, though, Gina. What was the one you just asked?
Well, how do you see this playing out? Being that because it's kind of seeming like you're you kind of just dealing with it, and like for the time being. But do you see this being like long term, or I don't know? Y'all talking about getting married in October?
Is October happening?
Hell no. She just tweeted some impulsive shit. But I don't even believe in marriage, honestly. But to answer your question, where is it gonna happen? She gonna, I don't know. She's a moody person. So it's like after that whole little mood is over, she gonna be
Let
like,
me tell you some real game.
all right.
Let me tell you some real game. I hate doing it because I fell victim to it too. Anytime a bitch gets something tatted of you on them, it's fucked up. It fucks the whole relationship up.
Yeah.
Like even
they feel
like
entitled.
The shit looks.
Girl, my IQ is dropping. And then here's the thing. And then they wonder why, in their perspective, someone like a Cynthia G even exists. Someone that they feel is very much on the extreme side of things. But yet you have podcasts like this, but then get mad at somebody like a Cynthia G. But you applaud something like this. Well, a former rapper and a former pimp.
Dope, yeah. It changes the whole dynamic. Like even a name. Bitch get my name on her. She gonna act a little bit differently than the bitch that don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a little bit more respect factor. Like you said, she ain't gonna feel so entitled.
Exactly.
Like I'm telling you, that shit really does ram the fucking relationship into the ground because now, nigga, she got your face, boy. Couple times. That girl feels like, nigga, her spot is here. Can't nobody trick her out of it. She ain't going nowhere, nigga. She'll beat any bitch up that wants to come in your way. You can tell her this over tomorrow, but in her mind, nigga, it's just begun.
Right. Yeah, so it's kind of a tricky position.
Just got going.
But like I said, I love her to death, so it's not.
Hey, I know you do.
I'm not finna just give up.
Hey, no.
And it's just the fact that he's really playing into this role. It's the fact that he's really playing into this role. Playing into this role of I love her. I'm not gonna give up on her. I'm gonna keep putting it to the oh my god, it's just oh my god, I just love her so much. I'm just not gonna give up. I'm the only one patient with her, as if she gonna be patient with your motherfucking ass either. Like, you don't gotta be one of them. Shut the hell up.
Crash out.
Hey, sometimes if you love a person, love them enough to get away from them and help them. Maybe you're not as much as you want to help because you are, bro. You got a good ass spirit.
And this is the reason why. Let me drop this down and sing this to y'all. This is the reason why. This is the reason why we don't trust y'all, with handling shit. This is the reason why you shouldn't be no fucking leader. The fact that y'all are not emotionally intelligent enough or at all to recognize when someone's baiting you, recognize when someone's gaslighting you. Only time you really recognize it really to your core is when you're doing it. But yet you want to be the head honcho making all the fucking decisions, but yet you can't detect whenever you're under fire emotionally and mentally. Which also goes to the reason why the self-termination, self-deletion statistics specifically for men look the way that they do. The self-termination statistics are the way that they are because the lack of emotional intelligence. But then yet y'all want to be the fucking leaders and lead us to where? Hell. Be a damn fool.
Seeing how you move, like you really do try to be. You don't even try. It's just naturally you.
I got
People
patience.
try to push you to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, bro, sometimes you got to help somebody from a distance.
So, okay,
you know what I'm saying? It seemed like
he tried to push. So he tried to push Chrisean. Like, so Chrisean tried to push him. Okay, you want to go with that narrative? Okay, I guess so. But the thing about it, so was he being pushed when he was purposely leaving out a part of the conversation where he was squeezing her hand where she had a cut and provoked her? Not saying that her hitting him with a Hennessy bottle was right. But what you're not going to do is try to leave out chapters, pages, books out the damn story and think that, bitch, like our ass is going to get to all the way to the end and say the end and as if you got the full story. No. We're not going to do that. And what you're not going to do either is read the fucking introduction pages and then go all the way to the end and say the end and be like, okay, that's it. No. We're not doing that either. And what you're not going to do is read the back of the book and think you got all the details to a story. And what also comes with being a leader is also listening, active listening. And the fact that both of them didn't even hear when Blueface said out his mouth, and I'm going to quote once again. Oh, Chrisean, she cut her hand, some weeks back, So he said it was some weeks back. Chrisean, she cut her hand, some weeks back and da. So, I went up to her and, I squeezed her hand and said, stop playing with me. And she started to come at me. And I started being deflective and, and then we got into it. That's what you said, Blueface. And the fact there's no active listening, or there is a will to be able to most definitely misunderstand, that's a problem.
It maybe you, and you don't even mean to do it. It's not even your fault, bro, but maybe it enables her.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
So that's how it started. So look, all right, we met on Blue Girls Club first season, right?
Mm-hmm.
She had played a couple songs for me. I'm like, okay, damn.
Saw the audition tape of hers too. She was a little skinny mini.
Yeah, nothing like her.
Quiet like yourself, like for real.
So I'm like, okay, she got a sound that I feel like I'm into. I'm a fan of.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time I signed her, I literally said, you don't have to do anything. Just make music. I paid her like $1,000 a week, $4,000 a month, probably like a year straight.
And she was living in your house?
Yeah, and living in my house. So she didn't have no rent, no bills, no nothing. $4,000 a month just to make music. And she was only getting worse while I was doing that. Like, I was enabling her to have any drive. I was enabling her she was getting real lazy and getting real like complacent. So I start pulling back. And then the more I pulled back, like, nigga, the more she pulled forward. So I was like, you see me? Like, I pulled back, all right, here's 500.
Right. Trying to cut it down.
100. Yeah, like, you gotta have some drive.
Think about this, brother. And I hope this, like, for both of y'all, like, remember this. And anything that you do in life, anything.
Now look at the pimp turned Dr. Phil.
How you start is 9 times out of 10 how you gonna finish.
Yeah, how you meet is how you gonna
So always remember.
All of a sudden, this bitch a therapist.
You start strong, so you can fucking finish strong.
Live by the gun, die by the gun.
Don't come in weak. Don't come in playing, because 9 times out of 10, that's what they always say. Even for me, when I was playing the game, they always say, "Remember how you got the bitch. That's probably how you gonna lose her."
That's what I just said. How you meet him is how you lose.
Remember how, like, that's anything. I'm sure even with you, for men, like you having relationships or dealing with men.
Somebody
like, I'm
move
just trying
in,
to have
somebody
you
move out.
Understand it, son.
What happened?
Girl, we got like 6 minutes of this, because girl,
Happened when you had went on live and you said y'all really
Thank you,
don't know
Ev.
her, she a hoe, and you went through her
That was
phone or
crazy.
something.
Oh, yeah,
Good
yeah,
ass
yeah.
shit. That was crazy.
So that's another thing about
here
her.
we go.
All right. Now, me as a man, I have a report of maybe dealing with other women. That's my ick,
You
right?
said you was a whore. You said
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a whore.
You said
Everybody
yeah.
So I have a report of dealing with other women. Okay.
Hey, you know that already
You
coming.
know that
but
already.
Cool. That's my ick. She has a list. It's not like, all right, she deals with other men when she's vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's not like, she's not like somebody you can clock. Usually a bitch, you can clock her. All right, when she's vulnerable, she finna go fuck with this nigga right here. Or when she's not feeling good, or when she hates you, she gonna post your sex tape. Or when she's feeling like
We gotta talk about that.
That's what I'm telling you. She got so
I got
many
something
like
good for this one though. Like I hear
she's
what
so
you're
impulsive.
saying.
She's unpredictable.
Hey,
so it's
but
not like
have you ever found her cheating on you?
plenty of times. Yeah.
I'll say this, and Gina, I want you to even understand as well. My glasses keep coming.
Yeah.
I'm feeling
I'm
this
about to lose
conversation because I'm like, you have to think about it. Like when a man cheats, like we don't really like, and I'm looking at it from a man. We don't cheat with our heart.
Girl.
Like I know it might seem like it, but we really don't. Nigga actually go get his rock.
I'm not even shocked that this motherfucker even said that, because this is the same motherfucker that was out here fucking auctioning up putting pussy on eBay, on Craigslist at this point, bitch. You was the manager of selling pussy. Like, I'm not even shocked that he said that. Let me just here's the thing. Exactly. Hood therapy. That's exactly what the hell this is. People. Okay, so here's the thing. And thank you, Just here. I really appreciate it. Thank you, F, for your contributions. Here's the thing. Oh, and also too, James, thank you for your contribution as well. I actually did see it when I was checking my phone. Thank you for your Cash App contribution. I really do appreciate it. So let me say this, because this is gonna irk my spirit, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to. This dumb ass excuse for why men are able to cheat versus women are able to cheat. The big being honest, none of y'all motherfuckers should be cheating. The big being honest with you. But the fact that they literally try to use this, well, you know, when we cheat, we just, you know, we just fuck. You know, we just do what we do. But you know, when women cheat, you know, you know, we want to be sexually involved. For one, reason why I take issues with those things because is this. One, we socialize women that way. Two, women do have the capacity to sleep with men and not be emotionally involved. That's the reason why, and it's just so shocking that someone like Sharp would even say this when he has an expertise with putting vagina on the black market. And he will have the nerve to say these type of talking points when, sir, you are the manager of sex work. You are the superintendent of sex work. You're a former pimp, sir. That right there lets you know that women have the ability to sleep with people and not be sexually involved. Strippers exist. Strippers who have sex for fun exist as well. And the thing I find very interesting is that people actually fall for this bullshit when they say it. Now, it could be truth to it, but it's very nuanced. And you pay attention, a lot of the times, when a lot of men bring up this talking point, they're not bringing it up so they can have the conversation. They're bringing it up to be dismissive of the fact of, nigga, you're cheating and it's wrong and it should not happen.
Box off, come home and treat you better.
Well,
Yeah.
I've always felt like when women cheat, that is worse when guys cheat, because when we cheat with somebody that we actually want to be with.
Yeah.
You actually.
When we cheat with somebody that we actually want to be with. So why is it like, I think it's very interesting that they say that, because last time I checked, there are cases where married men leave their wives. Married men leave their wives and marry the side piece. Let's not forget TJ Holmes is the perfect example. That's exactly what the hell he's doing as we speak. TJ Holmes just did that. There are men that also sleep with people that they want to be with as well. It's BS. Do not fall for it. And it's the one right here, discernment. You want to be the leader of this tribe or of a tribe, but yet you don't have the discernment to lead this tribe, to understand that if you're going to be the leader of said tribe, you're going to be dealing with different personalities, different qualities, different problems, being able to demonstrate different tactics of how to handle situations. How are you going to do that without the emotional aspect of your humanity? How are you going to do that? How are you going to discern when you feel like something's up with your family and they're just not telling you? How do you discern when something's up with your children and they're not telling you? It's bullshit. And the reason I say it's bullshit because I think it's very interesting that when it comes down to women cheating, all of a sudden they have discernment. All of a sudden they got discernment when it comes to bitches cheating. When it comes to these hoes, sluts, and bitches and whores, that baby, that discernment is up and it's stuck. But when it comes down to anything else, that discernment is nowhere to be found. It's bullshit. Bullshit.
Fantasized about it.
She's that type. She'll go back to the same nigga, and I'm repeatedly seeing the same nigga pop up blog,
Good shit,
phone.
Gina.
So it's kind of like,
Hey, today.
you know,
All right, Gina.
look, it's kind of like, all right, she gonna cheat on you. That's one. All right,
Yeah.
she gonna try to physically abuse you. That's two. Okay, two, we can deal with two.
Mhm.
All right, you gonna post the sex tape? Damn, like that's three.
That's extra.
You gonna abuse me? You gonna cheat on me? And you gonna
Sir,
expose me.
you talk about posting a sex tape, sir. You literally. This is where I can't do it. I can't do it, cause sir, you talking about posting a sex tape, sir. Before you were like really big for real. You posted your penis, sir. You posted like on your mixtape. You posted your penis, and then not only that, you and Chrisean Rock both were on live, and you was eating her vagina. What are you talking about? Oh, and you're gonna abuse me? Y'all abuse each other. Not saying that it's right, but you're not gonna make it seem like you wasn't putting hands on her too. As well. Y'all put hands on each other. And the fact that no one's caught, girl, it's like fact that no one's calling it out. But then again, I don't expect it.
Expose me. She gonna post her text messages. She gonna make me look. She gonna expose me. And then what else she be doing? She'll like, I don't know. It's kind of like her list is like too long. I got one thing on my list. I did with other women. I cheat. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her list is like she gonna cheat.
But then you want to be the protector. But here's the emotional and having that discernment. How are you going to protect somebody? Yes, I want to protect you because this is the asinine fucking talking points that I can't deal with. I'm the protector, but as they said earlier in this live, I don't know, either was this one or the last one I did, girl, somewhere up in this video. Early in this interview, I have to assess the situation because, when it comes down to my mother, she get crazy. So if the dude choked up, I have to assess the situation. All of a sudden, you tiptoeing, trying not to be out there to go to war and be, quote unquote, be the protector. I'm the protector, but when it comes to my sister, I'm gonna have to assess the situation because I had to choke out a few times. So I gotta let the boyfriend know that's my sister. Just don't do it again. But I'm a protector. You can't hold on to being a protector, but then you want a pussyfoot and tiptoe to your role that you said and that you claim. Then you want to be the protector physically, but emotionally you wasn't protector. You wasn't no protector because y'all just gaslit the hell out of her this whole time. And then made sure that she had alcohol to help assist with the gaslighting and making her look like this crazy alcoholic, as if she had no help or no one else had a hand in that. In this situation specifically, make it make sense. Like, oh yes, I want to protect you from this once in a lifetime. If someone comes in the house and I want you to stay in the bed, I'll take care of it. I'll get rid of the bad guy, the robbers, it'd be gone, and I'll get the cops and stuff. I'll be the hero and save the day. But you know what? When it comes to me cheating and possibly giving you STDs and STIs, I can't protect you there. Make it make sense.
She gonna fight. She gonna steal. She gonna expose. She gonna it's like a, I don't know. It's like a lose-lose.
What did you? Oh, go ahead.
But I love her to death, and
Mm-hmm.
I believe in her. I believe in her talent. I believe in her personality. I feel like the same thing that will get her put off the stage will get her put on the stage.
Yeah.
She just needs to learn how to control it, turn it off and on.
What did you think when Drake followed her?
I took it like he following me. Me and him have a past where he was a fan of me at one point in time, and then so, my offspring, obviously he gon',
Mm-hmm.
it will, it's just kind of a infatuation with me, but through her.
Have you caught any rappers that you cool with sliding on her?
Yeah, but I don't ever get mad at them. I get mad at her. I would do the same thing. Like, there's plenty of niggas. There's plenty of rappers
because you understand the game.
Yeah, there's plenty of rappers I did songs with or I met with they bitch, and then they bitch. I don't know. It's just like, oh,
that bitch acting available.
Yeah. So it's kind of like I'm never mad at the rapper. I name them, date homies. don't give a fuck about them. But her, I'm gonna hold her in court. Like, what was the response?
Now I want you to pay attention.
You know, so it's kind of like I'm never mad at the rapper.
I'm never mad at the rapper.
I name them, they homies.
I name them, they homies. So, okay, I can get with you with the whole thing of if I'm in a relationship with somebody and they're out doing, you know, their thing, we're gonna have a conversation. Like, okay, if we said that we're gonna be in a mono relationship or any other type of relationship, and someone decides to go outside of that, then yes, we're gonna have a conversation. That yes, we have a problem. But it's just the fact that you also said your homies with people that will sleep with your girl. That's not a homie. What happened to having dick discipline, and what happened to being actual friend? I think that's just so interesting. So interesting. So you're going to be friends with somebody. And then the thing about it is that, and then people wonder why we have a situation with Fabio Foreign and Asian Doll. Where you literally have Asian Doll used to be with King Von. King Von and Fabio Foreign used to be really close. Now, all of a sudden, when King Von's out the picture and transitioned on to Glory, now all of a sudden you see Asian Doll dancing all up on Fabio Foreign in a very inappropriate way. This is the reason why this shit happens. Make it make sense.
Don't give a fuck about them. But her, I'm gonna hold her in court. Like, what was the response? What was the delay?
How are you gonna hold her in court, but yet you already admitted to you cheating? And that's your rapport, your reputation. Once again, you can't call somebody a crackhead when you are an alcoholic.
What was it? How many minutes? How did you accept? Did you decline?
You need the court minutes.
Exactly.
You need the court minutes.
Does she know how to handle herself in that instance?
Fuck no. She's the worst in that instance.
So I'm gonna ask you this because you know what? I seen something where even you were sitting in the studio with you, Rock, and I believe Whack 100.
Yeah, my man.
And your manager. And Whack 100 was like, he was even telling me, you're in the way.
That's a good question. So Whack is speaking from a manager of a musical artist standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Me and Whack, we have a great business relationship, but personally, I feel like we grow apart, you know, in certain points when I have certain ideas or he has certain ideas. So she's not distracting me from any type of music. Personally, when coronavirus hit, that's when I fell out of love with music. The only thing I liked about music was the entertainment part, was the performing, the
interacting. You like to
interact, the fans.
Yeah.
So once I couldn't do that, and that's where the money was coming from. You know, once you sign a deal with a label, it's either advancement or a back end. It's not like you get paid residually. So Corona hit, everything stopped.
Hold on. Can y'all close this door right here?
Nobody called me off.
Go either.
Okay, yeah. So Corona hit, everything stopped. All right, that's cool. Corona hit, everything stopped. That's when I started Blue Girls Club. So I was like, you know what? I want to be the boss or something. Like, I'm tired of like, you know, rap, you a boss, but you're not like in the background. You're just making the music and you just the face. You're not really the brains or the power or the money, nothing. So I started doing Blue Girls Club, right? Cool. So these days you'll only see me do a remix to help somebody else out that I believe in, that I'm a fan of, or you only see me doing a paid feature. That's the only time I rap these.
Okay, so that's why he talks about his music. They go a little bit more in on Chrisean Rock and stuff. I mean, I'm in this here, but they go in on Chrisean Rock per usual. She comes back, and I felt 100% bad for her, because she actually wanted to talk to one of them, and they actually had to send somebody else out there. I'm assuming security. They assumed that she was gonna fight Gina, or there's a possibility that she could fight Gina and stuff. And so they said, no, send somebody else out there. That's not safe. And When she came back, she was real calm. She ain't say nothing. And I personally feel like they beat her into submission. No shade. And I felt so bad for her. I really did. But that's really all I have to say about the Chrisean Rock being pregnant and also that interview, which gaslit the crap out of me. Jesus, I really did. All right, so let me do this. Girl. Oh, shit. I want to say thank you, Just Here, for your contribution. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, Ev, I really appreciate your contribution. Thank you so very much. That is it for my video, guys. Let me make sure I got any more contributions because, girl, I'll be trying to do my best. I think I already said thank you to this person, but I'm going to say it again just in case. Thank you, James. I really do appreciate for your contribution. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much. But that is it for my video for today, guys. Please make sure you guys thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. It really does help out with YouTube's algorithm. Hey, y'all, remember, when we do our job in here, YouTube can finally do their job out there. When they do their job out there, finally people can come here, okay? So with all of that being said, thank you guys so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. Remember, guys, I have a panel called The Reckless Bureau, which is a Black web series that will be coming to you. The first episode will be airing January 27th. That's the first panel. I haven't come up with exact time as of yet, but you guys will be aware. I will be announcing all of the panelists on my Instagram. So please make sure you guys follow me. And that is it for my video for today, guys. Please make sure you guys pop that like button, hit the subscribe button, and please, please, please smack that notification bell so do not miss any of my posts from me. Till next time, guys, I will see you guys later. Deuces!